Okay, we're gonna wait for the leveler to boost me up. Hello, darling. Thank you for noticing that I want my voice to be at the same volume of the last stream. You're very smart. I appreciate you greatly. Hoi! Unsurprisingly, I'm thinking about racing games again. Which meant it was time to get the PS4 out of storage and play my actual, like, no meme, no warehouse, legitimately owned copy of Wipeout Omega Collection. Except I realized that the PS4 was on a vulnerable firmware version, so I decided to homebrew it first. Ha 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 ha! So that's exciting. Now I can finally play 1.0 Injustice, maybe. Apparently PS3 backwards compatibility is, like, not really a baseline thing on this system, which I just didn't know because I don't know anything about consoles. What PC specs do you have again? I have an RTX 3070, I have a Ryzen 5800X 3D, and I have 32 gigs of fast DDR4. So, like, I think 60 FPS at 1440p without problems was a reasonable idea. I'm starting to feel that 8 gigs VRAM, man. People are nuts about texture requirements. I don't know what campaign I want to play. I've been playing the HD campaign, and I kind of want to just, like, get it cleared out. I'm surprised that I'm still getting put in Venom class races this far in.
AG Systems.
It's like my benchmark is like if the game Horizon 4 and Horizon 5 ran great on my system. So I know it's actually capable of like doing that. I will not be gaslit by that idea. For what it's worth, Screamer did run better with OBS closed. Not like OBS not recording, I mean like OBS literally closed completely. Even opening it at all caused problems. Oh man, I'm rusty as hell, man. All good. I'm playing on Elite AI, by the way, so there's gonna be a lot of events that I need to, like, restart multiple times as I get back into things. But I figure, hey, if I'm gonna do Elite AI eventually, may as well get it done the first time. And I happen to think that this is one of the greatest looking racing games ever fucking put on a system. I was just excited to look at pretty graphics for a bit. Yeah, I don't know, I'll just absorb that. I've noticed the Elite AI are, like, really, really fierce, but also that they scale strangely with the ship they're piloting. Like, if you put the strong AI in the Piranha, it's just gone. Yeah, I've, like, lost a second and a half since lap 1. That's rough, man. Turbo helps. Whoa! Yeah, man. Cool. I like that a lot. David Sirlin's F-Zero. I don't think that's what it is. I know that idea might shock you, but I think that might be a minor mischaracterization.
Race complete.
Yeah, wow. Piranha Harimau Mirage 150, 150, 152. I can't reproduce those results in the Piranha. I'll be so real with you.
Piranha.
Because the Piranha is the fucking 100 speed dipshit ship. Horizon 5 is witchcraft optimization. Those Microsoft first parties, man. I crash out over rhythm games that, like, want me to use in-game sounds to time things and then don't have a good audio stack. But besides that, like, fucking everything I've seen come from, like, the fucking Microsoft first-party Grindhouse has been good. I'm still jazzed for Horizon 6. I think, like, the real fundamental reason I refunded Screamer is because I really wanted to use that money on Horizon 6. Especially if one game I can actually stream and the other I probably can't. Okay, 5 seconds behind already. Die. Dude, get out of the way. Yeah, the Hi-Fi Rush Sync quote-unquote calibration. Wow. Yeah, with low handling, even like low speed, like Venom speed corners can be a little tough. Trying to like redevelop an understanding of what constitutes a racing line here, but I've also been switching ships like crazy. So like getting a feel for how to handle effectively has been pretty exciting. Hey, check out how hard I can pee. Pretty good use of a turbo, I would say. Now, where do I use this auto? Seems like a good spot. The autopilot extensions in, like, real Wipeout are way less generous than in fucking Ballistic NG. I'm getting used to it again. Okay.
Gold medal awarded.
Yeah, man, Piranha winner. At a 157, mind you. Fucking timing is fake and impossible. I keep forgetting that real Wipeout doesn't have the boost mechanic. It feels so tame. Yeah, no afterburner boost in real Wipeout. It's just barrel rolls. And, like, sometimes it feels like barrel rolls are all it needs. But I do appreciate the, like, granularity of the Ballistic NG afterburner. We got a close cam. Oh my god, that's so close. Look at how up close and personal this camera is. It's kind of hot, honestly. Oh god, getting used to AG Systems handling again after fucking Piranha. And Rapier speed after Venom. Yeah, suddenly, like, I feel like in near cam specifically, the game feels like a fucking roller coaster. It's honestly, like, extremely funny. Maybe I can take that cleaner with a side shift. Oh god, how do I hit apexes? I'm fishtailing. Help! Ooh, that was good, though. Okay, until I fucking made contact on the exit, but, like, that felt fast, right? Oh god, accidental side shift. Hello. Take the wheel! And please don't dump me out here, okay. Damn, that missile tracking is funny. Oh no. It's a disaster.
Race complete.
Let's run that button back. Soul 2 is a fucking good track. Am I insane for always playing these games in first person? This game's fucking front cam has roll. It is not for the faint of heart. Look at this man. Like, doesn't this game support VR? Can you fucking imagine? Welcome to the Shitness Graham Pacer test. Your goal is to not vomit during one lap of Soul 2. Okay. Yeah, like, I love Ballistic Engine VR, but I feel like my gameplay suffers way too much to use the unrestricted cockpit role. Thank you, based autopilot. Oh god. Yeah, this is the fucking mall arcade, like, force feedback roller coaster ride. This shit is fucking irresponsible. Hitting no pads on the way out of that.
Missile.
Too soon. I'm getting used to AG systems again. Yeah, that feels like a faster exit. I'm gaining there, but like this sequence. Ooh.
Race complete. Bronze medal awarded.
All right, run it back, but like with a camera view where I can see, if possible. I do like Far Chase. Even if the camera properties on Near Chase are super fun. Alright, slide in. Oh my god, fishtailing again. Help! Look at how fucking pretty this game is. Are you serious right now? I'm trying to come out close to the wall. I'm just like tapping with the outside fins every time, I swear. Or like oversteering into that.
Mines. Rockets.
Doink.
Leech beam.
Yeah, I appreciate that the Elite AI puts up some pretty good resistance. Absorbed just knowing I was going to make contact with that. No question of ever avoiding it. Ah, almost. Yeesh. Great sound, too. Weapon sounds just have fantastic impact. Second. That's an improvement.
Silver medal awarded.
His 2017 game? You're kidding me. It can't possibly be that old. Look at this fucking shit, man. Let me give that another try with Orichalcum Arasugai. Because I've already got fucking my AG Systems loyalty is in good shape. Yeah, because it's 2 loyalty-based unlocks, right? I think.
Assegai.
Yeah, I remember first playing Wipeout HD at my now husband's place. And having a great time. Oh yeah, that reminds me. While I'm here, I just remembered that this has fucking pressure-sensitive throttle, and I need to go check whether it's turned on. Motion sensitivity, air brake sensitivity. Oh, did they take it out in Omega Collection? Is that just gone now? Yeah, motioned and air brake. I'll go back to the HD HUD style as well. Did I try? Oh, DS4 dropped the pressure-sensitive face buttons? I don't know shit about the PlayStation. I live on PC, and this is my vice, so... PS2 and 3 only. Huh.
Assegai.
Because that was a cool idea. I remember, like, appreciating that in Gran Turismo.
Welcome to Sol 2.
Alright, yeah, this has a little bit more of a swing. I feel like it fucking sits a little bit higher on the track. I haven't played many of the older Wipeout games, but this reminds me a little bit more of the HUD from Pure, which was like... I rented that from my fucking local library, and it was my introduction to the series. Just like the style of the speedometer and shield bar. Very clean.
Wait.
All good. Yeah, like, the Ballistic NG autopilot would have kept me in autopilot for that whole curve. It gives you, like, up to 3 seconds of extension. It's very funny.
Missile.
Let me out.
Mines.
Whew.
Plasma. Bomb.
Can't straighten out in time to hit that weapon pad.
Tender eliminated.
Cannon.
Teleports the apex.
Mines.
I saw those mines and just, like, completely froze up, trying to decide whether to shield around them or not. Ooh, that side shift's kind of hot. That might be the way to do that.
Bronze medal awarded.
Let me run that back. Ballistic NG is most akin to Wipeout 3. Then maybe I should play Wipeout 3, because I think Ballistic NG is pretty fucking cool. I think the AI difficulty in the campaign is very highly variable in a strange way. And I do think the way that, like, you can scrape with your back corner and get away with it scot-free makes the game a little bit less interesting in general when it comes to, like, zone.
Rockets.
But I still like it quite a lot.
Rockets.
Got, like, whoa, did I fucking die for a long time from that. Yeah, just gotta ease up on the left there, I think.
Bomb. Cannon.
And I totally forgot my super base to genius side shift. I'll probably move on after this, but I did want to give it a couple attempts. Skill development is kind of non-linear. You step away from something and come back,
Cannon. Energy.
and it can do a lot for you. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Hell.
Wait.
Yeah! That's Wipeout, man. That is a fat DNF. Speed lap on Sebenko. I could totally expose myself as having no clue how to drive here. I remember it being
Assegai.
difficult to manage some of the uphill section.
Welcome to Savenko Climb.
The structure of Speed Lap is weird. Like, because you get a boost per lap and it regenerates at the start line, the best way to get a fast lap is to use 2 boosts per lap. You, like, carry a boost from one lap into the next lap. And the impurity of that always kind of bugged me. But more than that, you actually have an invalidate lap button that, like, adds 10 minutes to your lap time, but gives you the boost. So you can just fucking try it. That's probably the place to... Yeah, so that's the place to use it. I just have to, like, not die. So I'll invalidate there. You see, time went red. I get to carry that in, but still have a boost for the downhill. And that pad in the middle. Not quite. Good try. Am I still ahead? Definitely not. We invalidate and go again. Safer to do that while I'm on the downhill section itself, I think. Ooh, messy. Center pad. Edge, then center again, I think. Yeah. And obviously sequences like that just feel fucking great. Nice.
Gold medal award.
Yeah, just weird event structure. Speed lap is like IMO kind of weak because of that. But like, I'm also the type of person who just wants to lock in.
Assegai.
Time I close my door and turn on my PC, my room becomes a fucking caldera immediately. Does my stream look old enough yet? I think my stream looks pretty fucking old.
Bomb. Mines.
I mean, I'll put that there for somebody to run into next lap. I mean, not a terrible place to use it. Straight away means I don't, like, fucking scrape or anything. Die.
New lap record.
I do appreciate, like, the sense of physical place in these games. But I haven't played a ton of the 2097 campaign, and I want to look a little bit more at that. Because the different style of, like, course design and environment design is really fucking neat to me. I am making no progress. This is not good. I'm a little bit easier on the air brakes on this machine. It seems like it's a little bit easier to keep speed. Whoa. Up 3. I have somewhere I can use this to launch.
New lap record. Final lap.
Light touch. I almost led it correctly. I don't know what I expected trying to turbo into a fucking floor hug section. Goodbye! What if I just rolled better? Game's just not that complicated, I guess.
Gold medal awarded.
Hey, SRB2 cart didn't go anywhere. We actually just made a fucking chat in the Kart Crew Discord for SRB2 cart. So there's a little bit more of a space for it. Zone. Yeah, man, let's play some Zone.
Assegai.
Wipe Zones was a pretty cool project. I had a good time hosting like zone battle in SRB2 Kart. That's something I've kind of wanted to bring back for Ring Racers. The idea of a survival mode broadly.
Subvenom.
Because I do like those endurance challenge type things. And there's just a certain purity to like Ballistic NG Survival or Wipeout Zone. It's just about getting very familiar with all of the myriad ways you can eat shit on a particular course with very little in the way of distractions.
Lap.
I'm trying out all the different ships. It's been a long, long time since I played, like, HD Fury long.
Flash.
And having maxed the loyalty, or at least gotten all the loyalty unlocks on my GOAT AG systems,
Zone
I
5.
want to do a little bit more exploring. I was a Physar picker when I played this on PSP because, like, 30 FPS tiny screen appreciates 100 handling.
Rapier.
It feels like playing an almost entirely different game to play with a handling stat that high. You just, like, you are glued to the track so easily. PS3 version of this works with RPCS3's online replacement. Hot. I actually didn't expect the networking to work. Yeah, zone ships have 100 all stat, I think. So they're very, very nimble.
Zone 10.
You can see I'm kind of like just able to swing into those corners with like very little preparation and come out more or less clean. Does not hold up once I'm in the, like, the sub-phantom region. I'm not really, like, pitch management is not really on my mental stack right now either. But it'll come with time. I like racing games because, like, barring kind of a minimum bar of investigative play where you just, like, make sure that you're not trying to refine a game plan that obviously sucks ass, play more really is the fundamental improvement path. Just get it under your hands and fucking master the machine,
Zone 15.
and that'll get you far on its own. I don't like the thought-terminating cliche of, like, oh, the best control scheme is an invisible control scheme, because I don't feel like it leaves any room for that. For the mastering the machine type game, where it's explicitly just about being able to manipulate yourself in space more effectively. Granted, that mastering the machine type appeal is an easier, like, it's a more straightforward to understand fit in something like a racing game than, like, no, I actually really like the controls of this survival horror game because I really enjoyed getting to grips with them.
20. Clear.
It's like, that's valid too, but obviously for a lot of people it's going to be harder to swallow as an upfront expectation. This is another one of those games where I feel like I'm going to have a lot of success, personal success, just yapping about bullshit, because I don't actually have the time to look at my fucking chat during a run of Stone. Gold's at 25, I think.
Gold medal awarded.
So I could just fucking scrape the wall and end the event now, but, like, where is the fun in that? We just got to the good stuff. Oh shit, I'm a fucking fraud.
Super Phantom.
Yeah, that counter air brake that's swinging me out really far when I try to straighten out could probably be done with a little bit more finesse for sure. I gotta make sure I give myself more angle. I've gotta pull out to the outside for some of these corners. Light touch. Oh, okay, you can still oversteer there. Okay. Yeah, that quick, like, swing to the right and then tap air brake to the left to try and fucking stop the fishtail. Uh-oh. I am gonna need to have a different strategy for that by the time I come around to it again.
Energy
Problem is, I have no ideas and no health and no bitches, so... The accidental side shift is killing me, dude.
Zen.
We gotta normalize back paddles on controllers so we can have dedicated side shift buttons for games like this.
Zone 35.
Double tap is kind of low-key not it. We'll get there eventually. On PS3, there's an achievement for getting to Zone 50 without steering, just air brakes. Scary. That's fucking terrifying, man. Alright. 8 more points needed. So I can do that with the events that I have, but tournaments take forever. So... time trial. Let's try... what is a fucked up looking stat profile? 90 speed, 90 handling is scary.
Harimau.
Air brake on shoulders is better than triggers because of side shift. Oh yeah, you mean just like easier to side shift on a digital button? I kind of agree with you, but it feels kind of bad to not have analog air brake. Like, even if in practice it doesn't matter that much, I really like the idea of having that extra dimension of control. This is time trial, which I think is a better fit for the format because there's no, like, boost squeezing shenanigans. I generally like time trial modes that test real race skills as much as they can.
Perfect lap.
But at the same time, time trial modes without, like, a little bit of sauce to replace the things that that are lost outside of a real race context can end up feeling really dry. So, like, Crossworld's time trial, for instance, being really specific about, like, oh, a huge amount of your time gains are initially just going to come from... how did I miss that? Are going to come from finding the ideal routing for your boost wisps. What turns to skip and on what laps. I kind of just get no serotonin from that sort of thing at all. Which is, I guess, why the approach I took with Ring Racer's time attack was just to fucking make it stupidly fast. Yeah, there we go. That's the shit right there.
Perfect lap. Final lap.
That fucking blind side shift I did on a guess. Like, to a certain extent, routing is unavoidable in this type of stuff. And I guess, like, to the extent that I have a fascination with roguelikes, it's because, like, they're mechanical playgrounds where you get to test things and, like, get rewarded based purely on gameplay heuristics rather than gameplay memorization. But, like, even within the realm of routing, there's kind of real routing versus fake routing. Real routing is, like, something that I can use in a player versus player context that's, like, explicitly enshrined as the main game mode. And then fake routing is this fucking minigame that we made up as a side diversion. Talk about the Mania bonus stages. The Sonic Mania still have that shit where you can fucking airstrafe into the Emerald at Mach 1 and just completely destroy every single bonus stage. Because that shit's hot. I explicitly endorse that. Hell yeah.
Caramel.
That never got patched? Absolutely, dude. Me when I fucking leave the content. Nobody should listen to my opinions on special stages, though, because, like, I think that Heroes and Sonic 2 both had good ones. I enjoy this content.
Perfect lap.
I've started engaging in soft rage baiting on Steam discussion boards. Where, like, there's an enormous negativity bias to feedback because people who are happy with things don't complain about them needing to get changed. So people will complain about an aspect of a game in a thread, and I'll enter that thread like, not trying to convince anyone here, but I like the thing that you're complaining about. Just making sure that the dev can see that feedback if they, like, ever come here. And it has produced some fascinating responses. I gotta say, Harima feels pretty good. Like, what is this thing's weakness? Just bad thrust, probably?
Session
Pretty clean.
complete. Gold medal awarded.
Forgot wipe 3 out UI gets a zone score in zone. Don't they all have zone scoring? The one for fucking what is it called? The 2097 one looks super gaudy. It's just the biggest, fattest fixed width number at the corner of the screen. I do like the HD UI. It's like, it's kind of adorable in its extremely busy cosmic bigliness. Yeah, standard has it. It's subtler in standard. Actually, no, it's not. It's a gigantic number at the top of the screen. I don't know what I was talking about. I was thinking about, like, the shield number in standard UI. Like, this UI is cool, right? I'm not just smoking dick.
Mines.
I appreciate that stuff like the damage and absorb values are, like, present in the interface without, like, dragging any attention away from the race.
Mines.
Oh yeah, and fucking, weapon pickup announcers being per team.
New lap record.
I don't know if that counts as lore, but I think it charms me. I am charmed by it.
Rockets.
I suck ass, by the way. Ow.
Bomb. Rockets. Rockets. Bomb.
The warning voices are the same for every manufacturer, but
Cannon.
pickup voices are manufacturer specific. Call it suppressing fire. I totally didn't just whiff every single shot of a 30-shot cannon. Nope.
Contender eliminated.
Hey, what's up?
Leech beam. New lap record.
I do not want any of that leech beam action. I'm actually so good. You passed with a shield? Can I have a front item, please? Oh no, I went wide. I'm so shit.
Race complete.
And I fucking shoved him across the line. Damn it. Were those not on PS3? Huh. That's cool. Doesn't Upsurge bring the effects to the bottom of the screen? Yeah, Upsurge has like the zone bar to make room for the participant list on the right side, right? Because sometimes it's strategically important to know where someone can boost to. Or am I thinking of a different mode when you say Upsurge?
Bomb. Bomb. Rockets. Bomb.
Like, look at how fucking cool everything that's going on is right now. What a cool-ass fucking series. Take the long shot.
Mines.
The tiny little warning icon for items that are incoming.
Perfect lap.
Don't kick me out on this curve. Okay. Nervous about it, man.
Missile. Rockets. Missile.
Slow there.
Rockets. Final lap.
Power Mouse definitely a little bit easier to manage on a moment-to-moment basis. Oh, let me through, please. Second place, Quake. Yes, sir. Oh, I swung so fucking far. I might lose it.
Leech speed.
Okay.
Race complete. Gold.
How are you outing the wipe? Are you having fun? I think these games are great, man. I'm having a great fucking time with this. This was worth plugging in the PS3 again. As insane of a sentence as that is to have constructed. Don't freak out if you see, like, exploit-related stuff on my system, by the way. I swear to God I did actually legitimately buy this. I just decided, like, having access to Homebrew versus having access to, like, my PSN account, the Homebrew one. Venom class Sebenko Climb. In fucking Campaign 7? What the fuck? I'm gonna get Venom class races till the very end, huh?
Welcome to Savenko Climb.
Because, like, I don't really have much use for a PS4 outside of, like, 60 FPS Bloodborne for Frey and, like, Wipeout Omega Collection for myself. But, like, consoles are still kind of a better, like, living room out-of-the-box experience for people who are, like, completely non-technical. Like, I've got the Steam Deck hooked up in the living room, and, it's been kind to us, but because I leave it in desktop mode to be able to actually use it like a fucking computer sometimes, occasionally I'll get the message from one of the housemates like, I don't know what the Scary Linux computer is doing, can you help so I can play video games? And it's like, I don't blame anyone for that, you know? And even when it's kept in gaming mode and big picture mode, sometimes that still happens. Sometimes that'll run into like a weird power state thing, or there'll be an incompatibility with a game that somebody wants to play. And like, I'll probably still like look at the Steam machine as our like living room PC going forward, because the deck is definitely a little bit underpowered for the 4K TV that it's trying to drive.
New lap record.
I do think that if I could, like, set up the PlayStation out there at some point, then there's probably a bunch of people who would be like
Leech beam.
amenable to using it. But right now, it's in my office as a wipeout machine. Sony, please fucking liberate this series. Microsoft is fucking going tits up and, like, sniffing their own farts and putting every single Xbox exclusive on PC. Surely it's time for you to do the same thing. The latest Steam Deck beta apparently has Wayland, so expect people to start complaining about Pipewire Portal shenanigans. Oh, man. Audio, dude. Fucking... Let me tell you about trying to get audio through an HDMI splitter. Bad time when one of the fucking displays that you're hooking the splitter up to does not have audio capability. Every component in that chain is bad. Thanks for hyping up Ricci, played at IRL and have been thinking about it quite a bit. Yeah. Ricci Mahjong is that good shit, dude. Yeah, I'll do his own. Which side? Not the... Oh, they both have tournaments on them. I'm dodging tournament events because I just don't... They're slow.
Harima.
Like, it's more game, I shouldn't complain. But, like... I also do want to play, like, more high-speed class events. And I want to, like, kind of flick through the campaigns before going back to do medal completion.
Subvenom.
Regarding hyping up Ricciware, I made a video on it, and I stream it sometimes, and Hitbox Dimension has a channel dedicated to it, which is a little bit quiet, but I have been thinking of trying to revive it recently.
Flash.
Because I am kind of inclined to start playing on Tenho again. Like, I think my Tenho name has been expired for a really long time, but I think it'd probably be a good habit for me to just, like, play at least one Hanshan every day on, like, a fast, no-frills environment that makes it very easy for me to get in and get out while still, like, keeping the motivation entirely intrinsic where I can. It's like Sega MJ has the event stuff that catches my attention every now and again, and those are like fun, but they're kind of draining to participate in. It's box checking. And fucking the pace of play on Mahjong Soul and Ricci City is just like frustrating to me. And of course, like, I'll play with friends on fun places whenever, because, like, you know, fun is fun. And, like, in particular, if you can play with, like, fast friends on Sega MJ, like, that's a blast. That game plays as quickly as you can think sometimes. Ow. But I do sort of feel like,
Zone 10.
with something approaching the improvement mentality, it kind of doesn't make sense for me not to, like, put some time into Tenho. Which is, like, for those who don't know, it's, like, minimum viable Ricci client. Very, very no frills. Just, like, you and 3 other guys on a blank table with some tiles on it. And you, like, get 2 numbers and those are your rating. And that's it. Your customization is whether or not you have, like, an identifiably male or identifiably female voice calling Chi. And the reason I've been thinking of playing there is twofold, both because, like, it's really fast, and because, like, because of the very no-frills fast nature of it, it attracts a, like, stronger player base in general. People who are, like, very much in it for, like, improvement or at least ranking up. Whereas, like, I love Sega MJ, but free room games are very, very low quality and filled with super gamblers.
Bronze medal awarded.
Bronze at 20, huh? Not great news for me.
Zone 20 clear.
I do sort of think about racing game structure sometimes.
Silver medal
Oh,
awarded.
at 22, huh? Like, I think Wipeout's core gameplay is really good, but I do feel like the campaign structure is, like, kind of minimum viable arrangement of racing gameplay. Like, you're kind of stretched thin by the tracks, too. There's not that many of them because, like... Presumably because they all take so many fucking, artist resources. You would hope that the actual, like, gameplay tuning process of them is relatively straightforward, given, like, especially in recent Wipeout games, how, like, homogeneous track width is. Like, you hope to God it's just a spline path. And that the visuals are just bullshit on top of it. Level authorship is something that I still feel pretty in the dark about, despite my work on Ring Racers. I was very much, like, gameplay programmer territory, and, like, whenever a mapper needed something from me, whenever they needed a feature that I felt like I might be capable of, I do feel like they kind of had to handhold me through, like, what do you need in your editor to get this done? Show me the thing that you want it to look like from your perspective. And even then, the stuff I did was still comparably really simple. Like right now, Sex got an internal MR asking about, like, hey, can we modify capsule respawn timers so we can use capsules as, like, soft rewards for alternate paths that are more consistent than item boxes? And I'm like, cool, but how do you want to be able to specify that? Like, give me the name of that thing so I can figure out where it is in the code. Because if you tell me I need it as a flag or an argument or what have you, I'm like, fucking, I'm not sure that I know what or where that is.
35.
Give me an example of something else you set that way, and let me trace strings around in the codebase until I figure out where it is. Are you guys enjoying the yapping endurance mode? It's about to come to a close, if you haven't noticed. No! Yap zones. Was feeling this when playing Redout recently. First time playing a racing game like this, but it was fun. I like that I can just jump in and start racing. Yeah, the Wipeout, the Redout campaign being literally just a list of events is hilarious. But also, like, it's very much structured around areas. It feels like there's a little bit of structure within that list, even if you can jump around freely. And this comes from someone who has, like, completed every single Redout campaign mission with a gold, and gotten a good amount of the platinums. It's like, I didn't mind it, but it wasn't specifically strong, you know? Yeah! Holy shit, my life is awesome. Good. Way too full, I gotta sip on. I have a strawberry smoothie. Times like this, I think of Phil Fish and his famous words. Ask your roomie if I can have some. Excuse you, that's my fucking husband. How dare you not know who someone off camera is? Have I done an Alpha Pass yet? I don't recognize the name.
Paramount.
Welcome to an Alpha Pass.
Redout 2 was so fucking confusing to me. Like, I think that I like the way that it plays, but I'm not sure. But, like, the ship customization does nothing for me. And the campaign structure is based so heavily around ship customization. That's the point where I should be using my boost, I bet. Speed capture off of that airtime. Or here. But probably off an upward launch, right? Ooh, beautiful. This is like one of the first courses, so of course I've been here. Look at how much angle I can get just by steering. Ah, missed it.
Perfect lap.
One thing about those Tenho games is that if I stream them, they're going to be very dry affairs, and sometimes they're probably going to be, like, fucking emotionally and intellectually taxing for me. Like, you guys remember me playing, like, Void Stranger, right? Don't worry, I'm not going to spoil anything, other than the fact that I've been stuck on a single puzzle for longer than it takes to build a house. Like, literally that amount of time. Where a lot of what was going on in Void Stranger was just me, like, frowning at the screen and, like, looking very sullen but actually having a great
Bronze
time.
medal awarded.
Two types of game dev brain with Phil Fish and John Blow. I don't subscribe to developer cults of personality, but it is always like, it's nice to have kind of cultural touchstones of really outspoken designers, because at least like it gives discussion some point to pivot around instead of like any of the inane shit I see in indie spaces from people who don't even have the sensory apparatus to tell whether they're having fun or not. I think that seems like a horrible accusation, by the way, that people, like, can't tell that they're having fun or not. But, like, it's kind of the only way I can make certain things make sense for me. Think, like, I'd like to think that that's a separate accusation from, like, people not having interiority or whatever. Like, I don't know, assessing your own internal state is like a learned skill to an extent. And nobody is gonna be here to tell you what you're feeling better than you can, but that doesn't mean that you have perfect access to that information on your own inherently. Small 2 speed lap. Yeah, let's do this. I have kind of been wondering
Check.
if I feel like this would play better as a twin stick. I wonder if I could hook something up like that as an input wrapper on like the PS3 version to just try it out. Are we... I guess that alert isn't going to fire, but I definitely just got hit with the "Are we back to the emotional intelligence is a skill" discussion. Hello, Jug. It's a trainable skill, I think. It's a trainable skill because I used to have none of it and now have, like, some of it, I think. Less than I would personally like, if I'm being 100% honest. But, like,
Mine.
enough that it's made my life easier to live. But a steering wheel. Hey, can you plug a PS3 steering wheel into a PS4?
New lap record.
Is there anything to do in Gran Turismo 7 if you're offline? Because I haven't played a modern GT in a hot minute. Oh my god, I'm at 19 shield.
Plasma.
No! I can't barrel roll here. Oh, but I missed the weapon pad anyway.
New lap record. Rockets.
Yeah, I apparently hallucinated barrel rolls not having an energy cost in regular Wipeout. I thought for whatever reason that was a thing that Ballistic NG invented, and it just didn't, I think. Either that or, like, barrel roll energy cost didn't exist in Pure. But I bet it did.
Missile. New lap record. Final lap.
Trying to pitch down here to not bounce so much. I wonder if something with like a higher quote-unquote ride height would have an easier time there.
Plasma.
No! Huh!
Race.
Okay, it's fine.
Hold.
It's fine. We're alive. Yeah, you know, just 600ths. Just not a big deal. I like that I don't feel an ease back from the AI in that state either, you know? Like, it was really there with me. That's a nice feeling.
Harimow.
And Turbo RNG makes this shit so volatile, though. That's the other thing. It's harder to luck out by just rolling 100 turbos in Ballistic NG. Like, the one thing you can kind of do in that game that's analogous is, like, you can abuse the... Hey, speak of the devil. You can abuse the item system a little bit by staying at, like, 20 shield to try and farm E-packs, because E-pack will only spawn if you're low, and it just gives you an injection of shield. And that game doesn't have, like, Absorb as a base mechanic. You basically have to turn it on as a mutator. So that's the only way to get energy back. And then you can just directly turn it into Afterburner Boost. But, like, that also means you're required to play at or near, like, 20 energy in a game where, like, Quake exists and can appear on anyone at any time.
Missile.
So I think, like, comparably, while it can still be worth doing, it feels kind of bad to execute and then just, like, get randomly traced with a leech beam and explode.
Missile. Energy critical.
In general, the push and pull between, like, firing with weapons and, like, absorbing them, it's just a lot of fun. I actually let off the throttle there to try and straighten out. I am fucking really behind. Wait, only 2.5 seconds. Jesus, that's close, actually. Where do I use this? Do I keep it until the very end and use it on the uphill? I bet I do. It's dangerous, though.
Energy critical. Rockets.
Oh shit, I don't have enough time. Yeah.
Race.
I fucked up big time. I made no progress. Run it back. The game's good, man. I do like that the radial check warnings Like those red stripes at the bottom of the screen that kind of indicate where somebody's coming at from an angular perspective. I don't know how much those are actually, like, reflecting reality in terms of, like, their angle of approach, versus just, like, providing extra space for the game to express where they are laterally. But it does feel pretty, like, nice and readable without feeling too obtrusive. I want to do it again, but it feels tense. Yeehaw! Hello there! Please don't fucking murder me immediately upon reaching this position.
Cannon. Mines. Contender in
Ha ha ha! Oh, I'm so fucking low all the time. I think racing is a generous way of describing my current state. I don't see F-Zero as... Yeah, there's some of that. I feel like everything glides really high. So when you come down into the track, you get that bounce out. I was playing F-Zero AX recently, the arcade one, the Triforce one, and I swear to God that game is, like, a lot slidier than GX, but I have no idea why that would be true, and also I'm not super familiar with GX, so I could just be, like, smoking out my ass. I think I mixed two metaphors, neither of which made any sense to begin with, but, like, you get it, right? Michael this. Woo! Autopilot is beautiful until it gets me traced by a cannon, and then it's the fucking worst power-up in the game.
new lap record. Rockets.
Dude, why did you have that? Shielding my leech beam. Illegal, TBH.
Rockets.
Time for me to enter this corner with 30 shield. I'm sure nothing could go wrong. Alright, yeehaw! Yeehaw, motherfucker!
Final lap.
Okay, back to 45. Back to 63. Uh-oh.
Missile. Cannon.
Oh, God! The ricochet actually hit! I can't fucking believe it. That never happens. That was a no-lock missile.
Gold
Just
medal
douche.
awarded.
That's beautiful. Yeah, I don't know. Game's not even hard. First try, actually. Like, it makes sense to me that the handling model would be different because the control method is really different, but you never know, right? Not a lot of documentation on AX because nobody could fucking play it. Give me a couple minutes. Be right back. Oh god, what did I do? Okay, we're in 10 fighters, don't die. Fuck! it.
Let's get this shit back on the road. Is it time for Yapper Mall? I think it's time for Yapper Mall.
Harimau.
I'm like, oh, I should get a really, really low desk. I should get the only IKEA desk that goes low enough that I can, like, have my keyboard level with me while still having my feet flat on the floor. Because I'm a tiny little baby man, and apparently, like, that's a fucking underserved niche in the office furniture department, despite, like, women existing in the world. Question mark, exclamation point.
Solid Flash.
And then, of course, I'm just resting my legs on it all of the time. Fucking sitting cross-legged like I'm from fucking Death Note.
Flash.
Yep, 5-6 gang.
Zone 5. Clear.
I saw, like, an outstanding
Perfect lap.
rage bait post the other day
Rapier.
that went something like, so I went on a first date with this guy, but, like, they were only 5'9", which seems unrealistically short to me, and I think if they were born a woman, they should have told me. This is the real post. And it's like, of course, this is almost certainly, like, AI-generated Am I the Asshole, like, slop bait. But, like, the idea of someone who believes that became entrancing to me. Like, whether or not that post is real, which it almost certainly isn't, like, it makes me really happy to believe that it is. To me, it falls into that magic fucking Balmer Peak, like, just frame window of, like, bigotry just being inherently stupidly fucking funny. Thanks for dropping in, H-Ops. Married life has been good to me. It's kind of the same as unmarried life, except this year I didn't have to do my own taxes. Ha 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 ha! Bray is good to me. I feel really lucky. I also see possibly rage bait, possibly not posts about, like, man, you've been together with that guy for 3 years and you're still not married? Fundamentally unserious dude, dump his ass and find someone who will get you a ring. Meanwhile, Frey and I are like, huh, so we've been together for about a decade,
Bronze
and,
medal awarded.
I don't know, maybe we should get married now because, like, both of us are slightly suspicious that it's, like,
Zone
going to become illegal at some point in the near future again. And also, like, your mom keeps bugging us about hospital visitation rights, and she has a point. So little changed in a practical sense, but it does feel nice, you know? I'm like, yeah, that's my guy. Like, provably, in a legal sense, that's my guy.
gold medal awarded.
On Elite difficulty, I kind of feel like zone events are the things that, like,
Zone 25.
ramp difficulty most meaningfully. like the bronze requirements for these events going up pretty significantly.
Super Phantom.
My husband, as a sequence of words, still has kind of like the new car smell to it, if that makes sense. I feel very important, and I feel like I have my shit together when I say it. On the other hand, calling Frey hubby is like, I don't know why that quickly became second nature. Probably just because, like, I didn't previously have a stupid short term of endearment, and so, like, we just called each other dipshits instead. I don't know if this is how marriage work, but, like, seems alright. Yeah, I have absolutely no idea how to take that corner at speed. Like, if I can't get off the throttle, then I'm gonna have to figure something out, but I don't know what I can do in terms of, like, the angle of entry here. I guess I just gotta steer faster and just believe. You gotta take into account the fact that I'm still, like, straightening out from coming into the previous curve and just not be afraid of oversteering.
Energy critical.
That was better, but it's, like, still not great. You guys adopting Apple as your kid, and how does that work? Neither of us fuck with that at all. At most, it's like, get a dog. For now, we've named the Roomba my beautiful dipshit son. And put googly eyes on it. And we occasionally, like, express how proud we are of it as it comes by. Angle nose up when midair, and you could probably cut that corner a bit. Oh yeah! I probably can get into the air at that speed. I think Gen Z killed the marriage market. They're just having kids in courthouse marriages. Yeah, I mean, I fucking, like... We did it over Zoom, dude. We're like, fuck, we're like moving out of Arizona, and like getting the documentation set up in the new place is gonna be a big pain in the ass. So right before we move, we should fucking schedule to get married. Which created the situation where we had to fucking do prep for fucking getting married online. Funny as hell idea, by the way. Fucking, because that still requires, like, going to a courthouse and getting documents and shit. And then, like, simultaneously packing for a cross-country move where 2 people are moving 5 people's worth of stuff into fucking, like... And then, of course, immediately after the wedding, Frey got, like, delirious knockout, laid out on floor Mike Tyson style sick. And so I'm packing the whole house in a fugue state, because I also have what Frey has, but I'm just more nervous, because I know that if something doesn't make it into a box, it won't be in our fucking house. And fucking thank God for Frey's family's fucking mom came over and, like, helped me pack. We're, like, shrink-wrapping plastic storage containers and fucking getting into fights with IKEA furniture. I don't think we could have gotten, like, half the stuff in without her. That's ridiculous. Yeah, I can't imagine, like, nowhere in my life at any time did it feel appropriate to, like, do a ceremony, you know? Like, all of the expectations surrounding that, just, I was not on board with them at all. I felt significantly more prepared to just, like, elope than, like, attempt a ceremony with a capital C. Oh, Venom class, okay. Or maybe Flash? Alright, now am I gonna brick the turn on low speed as well? That wasn't so bad. I don't know where to use my turbo yet, though. I probably want to use it somewhere where I can get airtime, but... maybe up that hill and then, like, try an air brake? Seems like a decent guess. Still need to do FBA randomizer. Fuck! Dude, strategy games are so exhausting to play on stream. I feel like it became fucking, like, bad for me past a certain point. Like, I was excited to finish up, like, Hector hard mode, but it also became, like, a legitimate source of dread in my life. In kind of the same way that the existence of the advent calendar write-ups prevent me from writing things. Because it's a big project that I haven't done yet, and that means that I'm not allowed to start anything new. That wall scrape is fucking brutal.
Session
I can't believe I missed it.
Silver medal awarded.
Let's try again. Yeah, fucking Hector hard mode is like one of the most fucked up things I have ever done here. I legitimately believe that that playthrough was like sub 1% unlucky and like only actually possible by several bizarre freak accidents. Because a lot of the time, like... So number one, I don't usually play video games for long periods of time by myself. Streaming for 4 hours is like usually the longest I'll ever marathon a game, stream on or off. So it's like already like the expectations of your average Twitch viewer are like kind of at the limit of my personal stamina for that type of stuff.
Final lap.
And then on top of that, my engagement with strategy games is obviously like... Somebody has the image of like completely blank expression captioned having a great time. And a lot of the time that's me with like things that I find to have a lot of friction associated with them. Cool.
Session complete. Gold medal awarded.
And so, like, to an extent, having to socially perform in that way, while, like, also under a lot of, like, fucking stress with regards to, like, cognitive performance can be difficult. And I feel vulnerable, too. I feel like people should be able to tease me, because it's all in good fun, but I take it a little bit hard when I'm, like, super locked in. People have noticed that about me, I think, but, you know, just in case you didn't know how to, like, completely break down my psyche, that's something you now have access to.
Paramount.
Those who know.
Welcome to Moa Therma.
Let's launch. Man, seeing the track like this compared to, like, on PSP feels so outrageous. Didn't Omega Collection also get a Vita release? Or, not Omega Collection, but HD Fury? Omega Collection on the Vita would be fucking crazy. Fucking Java phone guile.
Bronze medal. New lap record.
Only got 2048, huh. Before I remembered we have a fucking PS4, I was trying to get HD Fury set up. And I saw some people talking about it like, man, I'm trying to do this on the Steam Deck and I just gave up and used the Vita version.
Silver medal. New lap record.
And reading that, I of course thought like, there's no fucking way the Vita version of anything performs better, right? Clank.
New lap record.
It seems possible to do this without a double boost, but I'll probably just set myself up here. Pitch up a little bit so that I don't crash land so hard.
Perfect lap.
That wall scrape coming out, though, I killed all the momentum I got from it. There we go.
Gold medal awarded. Session
There was a
complete.
cross-play DLC for 2048 that let you play HD content. Not sure if it allowed local play for those or if it was online only. Online only? What the fuck? Dude, the Sony fucking pricing schema is, like, unknowable to me. It always baffles me when, like... Technical problems are one thing, like, product availability problems are another. Like, have you guys actually tried to buy Final Fantasy XIV? Some of you are gonna know exactly what I'm talking about when I say this. Square Enix does not want your money. They don't want you to buy that game. That's the only way you can, like, that's the only way their online storefront makes sense. It's a complete fucking mystery. Tournament, speed lap, time trial, tournament, speed lap. Why are there so few races? Welcome back to Sabenko Climb.
Welcome to
Buying FF14 on Steam and then finding out there's a separate licensing structure for Windows non-Steam, Mac OS also non-Steam, and Steam Windows. Yup. Or when you make a Square Enix account instead of a Square Enix store account, neither of which are FF14 accounts. Yep. I'm turning into a fucking seal thinking about this. Where it's like, this is a product availability problem that feels like it should be first in line, you know? Like, any dipshit MBA in the room can tell you, like, people click away from Steam trailers if they don't show gameplay in the first second. There's fucking no way you're getting away with what you're doing. I think a lot of indie advice spaces are useless, but I did see a question a while back that was like, hey, I think we should cut our trailer really fast and have gameplay at 5 seconds in. But my codev... Oh. Okay. But my codev thinks we can let it burn for a little bit longer and have gameplay at 12 seconds in. Which one of us do you think is right? And the top comment is 0 seconds. Like, yeah, no, true. I agree with your statement. the thing about, like, people correctly observe that it takes forever to get through A Realm Reborn. And that's true. But also, like, A Realm Reborn has degraded. Oh, no barrel roll, huh? The overworld used to be more difficult. Leveling dungeons used to be more challenging. I thought I could do it if I boosted a little bit later. It's like the old content has been badly maintained or deliberately nerfed repeatedly. Like, you don't have enough buttons in ARR because fucking all of the buttons you're supposed to have in, like, Aurum Vale got moved to fucking levels 50 through 90. I am legitimately sorry to do this, and I don't want to dwell on, like, negativity for super long. But I am, like, I'm sympathetic to the challenges here of, like, wanting the game to appeal to a wider audience, but feeling, like, saddled with the expansion content structure. Fuck, no barrel roll again? I don't like the DS4. I only did free content for Dobin Mahjong, and then you figured out that it was 15 seconds per turn with no reserve, right? Doman Mahjong time controls are gonna turn me into a fucking zoo exhibit. Yeah, 15 seconds per turn, no reserve. Have they ever made an MMO that's not really boring for like 10 hours? Because that's honestly what keeps me out of the genre in general. In my submission, you're looking for like PSO2, the original PSO2, but like with its original content release schedule in Japan. Because I think OG PSO2 was just a good action game from minute one that just happened to grow with the player. And in sort of the same way, like, the things that happen out of the box have been badly maintained and had their difficulty completely eroded, to the extent that, like, with no friction or challenge, there's no, like, player adherence. It's hard to get invested in it. And, like, clearly people who research the fucking genre more than I do have fucking looked at this shit and they're like, yeah, actually, friction loses players, and if we make the player feel powerful and then quickly, like, make them feel like they earned things so that they don't feel like they can walk away without losing something they earned, then we retain them better. And, like, leaving aside the question of whether that makes the game more fun, like, I'm sure that's actually a more effective retention strategy. And that, like, I just happen to be on the unfortunate fringe who is sensitive to this type of stuff and, like, not motivated by it in a normal way. But, like, man.
Final lap.
I don't even think I like MMOs. I think I like online RPGs. And MMOs are just, like, the ones that exist a lot of the time. Like, I like MMOs. That's a fucking lie. I buy into the fantasy of the virtual world. I read and finished the Dot Hack Legend of the Twilight and will never, like, admit to liking it in public, but here, like, you guys all understand. I'm waiting for Atlus's controller support to get a little bit better. I just don't feel like playing that type of game on mouse and keyboard anymore, but, like, Atlus, from what I played of the early access a while back, is the good shit. 3 more points. Tournament, speed lap, tournament, speed lap. Alright, let's fucking do a speed lap.
Harimow.
Welcome to Sol 2.
In my experience, they certainly don't let you feel powerful quickly. I definitely feel that, like, in a lot of either live service RPGs, like gacha, but also gacha adjacent, or MMOs, things like the in media res opening where you get a power preview, where you start the game with 6-digit damage numbers before downgrading to 4-digit damage numbers, has become more common.
Pedal, new lap record.
But, like, separate from that, the, like, both in character, like, constant glazing of the protagonist as, like, this super based guy, rather than being some adventurer, which is what I liked about the opening of FF14. But also, like, the unwillingness to present any, like, challenge to an enemy, no matter what the stakes of facing that enemy are. I'll just invalidate the slab into the boost. Like, I'm not kidding when I say that, like, FF14, like, A Realm Reborn was always slow. Parts of it were always structured, like, not just that you'd never played an MMO before, but that you'd never played a video game before, and the NPCs are taking you through this, like, interminably slow explanation of targeting and shit.
Awarded. Session complete.
But, like, it got slower, both on purpose and by accident. Like, have you ever actually tried to level a tank from 1 to 50? Like, not just like, okay, fucking, it's a DPS class, so they'll at least have, like, a proc, or, like, a faster GCD, or a combo branch. I'm pretty sure Paladin actually has literally 0 decisions that could not be accomplished by, like, one of the little executive toy Drinky Birds until, like, level 40. And it's like, I can't tell whether this is an intended state or just a consequence of the way the game has been built that they consider unavoidable. But either way, it's fucking rough, man. Oh shit, the whole fucking... Nice, dude. The whole campaign is Phantom Speed.
Harimau.
It's why I fell off FF14 personally. And, like, I am on Team FF14. I like FF14. I got the stupid little music box from Eorzean Symphony, and it was literally the last one in the line, and I will remember it for as long as I live. Oh, that's not gonna come through because I'm noise suppressed. Can I hit that filter? Because I do like this little thing. I think it's very cute. It's the best zone in the expansion, too, if I'm being so real. Suppress again. It's still going over there. I am... Perfect Legend, by the way, etc. It's still going. It's actually so distracting right now.
Mines.
But I feel like FF14, like, eroded under my feet, where the things I liked about the game were actively removed from it. And my investment in the game became very narrow. Raiding was the only thing I felt like could hold my interest, despite really wanting to give every other part of the game my attention. Because crafting and gathering was botted to hell. Fucking anything from, like, the aggressive storm of quality of life add-ons that represent like market board advantages to literally outright cheating and automation.
Eliminated.
Ouch. So like, okay, the appeal of fishing is kind of rough for me now. Like, and I loved clicking on Mentor Roulette and just doing a random piece of content. Teaching Sprouts how to do Titan and all that shit. Except the amount of content that I could get in Mentor Roulette that was like completely worthless drivel where you have 2 abilities became larger as the game went on. Interesting EXs were effectively patched out, and they doubled down on the ability to patch them out by like...
Record.
Rather than just letting unsync be a consequence of keeping your numbers, they actually actively nerfed old fights by introducing enhanced unsync. Just specifically giving the player like 900% numbers in old content so that nobody ever has to think when they farm glamour.
Energy critical. New map record.
PvP was like alright,
Energy critical.
but like long queue times and negativity were tiring, you know?
Rockets.
Netcode was really bad, the technical foundation of the game didn't really support. Ouch! Okay, this is gonna be fun. Anyone who plays MMORPGs either gets funneled into not liking the game or heavily monitored character roleplay. It's... because you can never tell, right? Like, the ultimate state of things is that human beings are not meant to play the same game for 1,000 hours. But this is the explicit goal of the MMO. Rather it is like...
Mines.
it's only an incidental quality of something like the rhythm game.
Map record.
Where if you play those for 1,000 hours, it's because you, like... I'm literally neurodivergent and an adult. So, like, I can sit here and be like, well, I fell off PSO2 because the progression structure that I liked was replaced by a progression structure that I don't like. And that can feel correct, but, like, was it like that, or was it just that, like, it was time for me to be done, you know? And in the same way, FF14 felt like it got easier and more narrow as I continued to play it, in a way that was, like, artificially imposed by the developers rather than representing my own skill development. But is that really what happened, or did I just get tired of 2 packs and a boss? Did I just get tired of, like, organizing 8 people to do a high-end fight? I really need to absorb a pad.
Final lap.
Look at how fucking cool this game is, man. Because a lot of the time I feel like
Rockets.
the healthy way to engage with a lot of these games is just, like,
Race.
play the new patch content and then, like, log off, you know? Fucking, if anybody wants to engage with Diablo 4, play the main story and finish the main story and then uninstall the game. Because nothing that happens after that point is good for anyone. But, like, when these games run too long, they have this over-centralizing tendency to remove the early game in a way that makes them feel like they're a shuttle to get you to number big, instead of, like, an RPG that happens to support number big at the end of it, you know?
Paramount.
It's like, I don't even think I dislike Diablo 4 as a game. I think as a tool of industry, it is repulsive. But, like, if you just play the campaign, like, it's an alright game. Got an alright plot, fucking Those great Blizzard cinematic production values, good voice work and direction. Character builds open up at a nice rate and feel like they're fucking asking you to make at least moderately interesting choices. Itemization is at its most interesting in the early game because fucking the restricted options you have access to rather than aspects just fucking determining everything makes gear on the floor actually feel like it's relevant and worth looking at. I'm like, will I ever play it again now that I have Path of Exile 2, even if I'm waiting for Path of Exile 2 to clean up its early game so that it stops feeling so fucking prescriptive? Probably not, but like, would I recommend someone play it? Like, it's worth your time. Probably not your money, but like your time, maybe. I really don't want to absorb this. I want to wait until this drop. Yeet! That's pretty good, I think. Because, like, Diablo and all of the action RPGs that descend from it are, like, very transparently fucking intermittent reward Skinner boxes. But, like, the Skinner box is used for a purpose.
Missile.
Rather than trapping the player in forever hell, it's, like, used to actually evoke a sense of fucking interest and discovery. Fucking dropping a weird unique in Path of Exile and going like, oh, holy shit, what can use this? Is like, the appeal there is only facilitated by, like, the loot beam and the exciting sound to an extent, you know? Like, the purpose is ultimately to produce the good neurotransmitters, but it produces a slightly healthier combination of the good neurotransmitters than just like, look, it's crack. Look, player, it's crack on the ground.
Contender eliminated.
It has plus 16% damage to bleeding enemies. This works mechanically exactly the same as every other percentage damage modifier, because we tightly control what modifiers can apply to what characters in order to heavily limit your progression. In the sense that we can track on a spreadsheet how long it takes a fucking character to clear every dungeon.
Rockets.
I think Sigma Trial is great content. And, like, to an extent, I think people who are, like, rough on it are kind of just not willing to, like, slow down and actually assess what the challenge is asking of them. But, like, I can understand being put in that state, because, like, the PoE 2 early game right now is, like, very prescriptive, and you don't get to play quote-unquote your build for some time. So people who are motivated by, like, I want to make this type of character, are obviously going to be frustrated by, like, a system that requires them to wait to do that, and then presents them with friction while they're playing a version of their character they're not even emotionally invested in. Like, that's just a hard problem. Dang. I'm actually gonna fucking... Like, I don't know. Both characters I've rolled in PoE 2 have been melee, and I had, like, very little problem with Sekmas after, like, briefly fixing up my character to actually efficiently kill enemies.
Rockets.
And I like that I'm actually engaging with buildcraft and itemization at every stage of the game, rather than just scraping by killing the absolute minimum of, like, clumped blue packs constantly 4 levels under. I like that what's there has a little bit of bite to it. Player expectations of what counts as legitimate friction are so fucking complicated.
Energy critical. New lap record.
Like, ultimately, I think these things are fucking entertainment products, and that, like, usually it's not a gigantic moral failing to, like, fail the skill check on enjoying something. But I do sort of feel like games as a medium and as a culture are the least in touch with, like, the idea that the art might actually ask something of the audience. Is this fucking head up ass? Is this too highfalutin?
Contender eliminated.
I feel like I carry around a lot of baggage on this stuff because I have too many times seen, like, difficulty levels that I feel are greatly rewarding to me removed and replaced with nothing in order to accommodate people who didn't even enjoy the fucking game to begin with and just enjoyed, like, progressing and succeeding and being told they were succeeding in a generic sense.
Plasma. Energy critical.
Ah.
Race complete. Bronze medal awarded.
This exact conversation is what getting over it is about. I softened on that game so much as I got older and, like, refined my tastes more. I still feel that, like, when it came to my actual mechanical interaction with getting over it, I legitimately wonder if something was broken because I could not figure out how to do the fucking anvil jump no matter what I gave it, and that feeling of, like, inconsistency crushed me. It made it incredibly difficult to, like, invest myself in the outcome of anything.
Mines.
Like, you know, to what extent is your inability to be entertained your responsibility and something you brought in? Like, is that a useful question to ask as somebody who's trying to evaluate an entertainment purchase? Maybe not necessarily, but as somebody who's trying to, like, live a more fulfilling life and have, like, a better connection with their hobby? I'd say so, right?
Beach beam.
That make me a pretentious art hoe?
Cannon.
Does it make me Jonathan Blow? Oh, fuck.
Eliminated.
You had trouble on Anvil. I couldn't make sense of it, man. It's like, probably that VOD is still around there somewhere where, like, legitimately every single time I went back to Anvil, it was like 20 minutes to get past it, and I felt like I had no reproducibility in the motion of my cursor and the motion of my mouse and the movement of the guy. It, like, did not make sense to me. No matter what I did, I couldn't get enough power out of it to come anywhere near close to clearing it. And I legitimately wonder what was wrong, you know? You're at least a Category 1 art nerd. That's good. Oh.
Mines. Bomb.
Like, I feel like kind of a single-issue voter on this. I feel like people should feel empowered to make games that are weird.
Rockets.
My experience on the Advent Calendar has been a lot more rewarding than, like, trawling through Steam free-to-play recent releases. And so when I see people kind of, like, blithely equating I had more fun with it is better, it, like, irks me a little bit. Both because I feel like that's a weird lens to, like, try and refute, like, what is your agenda?
Mines.
But also because it feels so fucking cavalier to assert that you fully understand your own taste and simultaneously along with that believe that like the emotions you're having when engaging with the work are a responsibility of the work's creator, or like an inherent quality of the work, rather than an interaction between what you bring to the work and what the work brings to you.
Energy critical.
Like, how can you actually believe that? Jesus. Getting rammed. This is fucking tough, man.
Contender eliminated. Rockets.
Quake.
Energy critical. Race complete.
Games being over budgeted and having to make that money back, plus lots of profit and getting many people on your audience as possible, gameplay be damned. I mean, yeah, like, a lot of what I'm talking about is fundamentally just an issue of, like, something that can be, like, sustainably built again and again and again by a studio attempting to fucking, like, keep the lights on and continue to employ a bunch of creatives, versus, like, the ability for something that is spiky and unfriendly to exist in the world. But I do feel like something changed. I don't know whether this is an insane belief to have, but seeing Slay the Spire 2 nerf a bunch of infinites and buff a bunch of really easy bosses in the early access patch notes on their beta branch and then get review bombed was like... Did something actually, like, materially change about the environment? Did my own personal standards drift too far from the mainstream? Or have we really fucking crossed some weird point? The idea that people would click on a strategy game and see the developers considering making changes with the aim of adding more strategy to decisions, and go, no, I don't like that. You are required to acknowledge me as worthy of beating the game. Is like... something feels different. I am actually getting rinsed by Elite AI on Phantom. This is tough. Nope. Wow, yeah, taking that curve heavy like that, I, like, lost everything in terms of speed. Maybe people just complained to nobody because they couldn't review bomb. That's true. There's a certain expectation of connectedness. Like, at every level of development, from stuff like, where is the roadmap for DNF Duel Dead Game, to, like, why don't the Ring Racers devs show off more gameplay when we call every single piece of gameplay that they put on the fucking internet trash? There's an expectation of a weird degree of openness, I feel.
New lap record. Final lap.
I feel like we'd have a different media landscape if, like, you're watching Fight Club on DVD and you misunderstand the themes and your fucking DVD player just locks up and ejects the disc. I feel like we'd have a different media environment. Let me take a break from fucking Phantom Class, because this is, like, kind of whipping me. And let me, for at least a little bit, do the 2048 campaigns. Because these are neat. These look a lot different, too, if you guys haven't seen this.
AG system speed.
I like weird games. I think that's the take. I like weird games, and I like it when games treat my participation as, like, actively important. Where I have a feeling that, like, if I stopped bringing 100% of myself to the experience, then the game would notice and change in some way. That I'm getting something out of my willingness to give myself over.
Cannon. Missile.
And so I gravitate towards, like, either stuff that's directly competitive, like fighting games, or, like, stuff where I'm able to measure against myself for an arbitrary amount of time and, like, an infinitely scaling ceiling of difficulty. Like rhythm games, like roguelikes that are designed to support the usage of your brain. I promise, you have my word, I'm not gonna have the roguelike conversation today. I know we are already above the safe navel-gazing radiation limit.
Contender eliminated.
Look at how dense weapon pads are here. What a weird way to fucking build these things. I also think the structure of the camera here is pretty interesting. This is a little bit more like camera follows the track than camera follows the ship. You can see that, like, the game is willing to let me look at the side of my craft for a really long time.
Race complete.
2048 is the last game in the series before Studio Liverpool's shut down, and a prequel. Huh,
Elite pass. First place.
that's cool. That's all. Oh yeah, there is zone in the shit. Weapon event type combat is funny as hell though. I should click on a combat event just so you can see how fucking ridiculous these are. They are, like, beautiful.
Combat systems ready.
Contender eliminated. Rockets.
So you may notice that, there is a maximum number of things going on. And also I have a fucking 360 button, 180 button, excuse me. For if you get too far ahead of people that you can't hit them with weapons anymore.
Mines.
And this is literally just, like, track deathmatch.
Contender eliminated. Cannon.
I think it's kind of outstanding.
Plasma. 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 Energy critical.
Like, yeah, fuck racing. Racing is for idiots. Let's kill each other instead. I do need to absorb a couple pads so I don't, like, literally die.
Plasma. Mines. Plasma. 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 Contender eliminated.
Oh my god.
Contender
Do I respawn?
eliminated. Energy critical.
Okay, we do. Cool. But now I gotta catch up to everybody to shoot them with my guns.
Contender eliminated. Mines. Mines. Contender eliminated. Missile. Mines.
Pretty close to the elite pass here, I think. It's like 75 points, I think.
Mines. Plasma.
This will be Ring Racers in 2049. Oh, okay. I guess you guys were trying to take a route that I just didn't know about.
Cannon. Contender
Oh!
cannon.
God damn, what is the elite pass?
Energy critical. Cannon.
I still haven't hit it?
Rockets.
There we go, 100. God damn. I guess they probably didn't want to make the regular pass requirements for these too high because they're, like, extremely goofy.
Contender eliminated. Rockets.
Race complete. Elite pass. First
Pretty good.
place.
I think I killed the other guys real good. It's a cool UX thing where combat items are spoken with an aggressive voice while utility items are more neutral. Yeah, I like it. I feel like little touches of fucking UI and UX do a lot for kind of just like putting you in the pilot seat. Like, I am not usually the person to be talking about immersion. I think my immersion, when I talk about being immersed in a game, anyway, welcome to Video Drugs, by the way. When I talk about being immersed in a game, I feel like I'm talking about something that's very different than most people. Where, like, my sense of immersion is very mechanical. It's not like, oh, it's so real, I forgot I was in a game, man. It's like being totally cognizant that I'm playing a game, but, like, forgetting everything outside of the game. Being able to, like, completely give over my focus and attention. And occasionally, in, like, vanishingly rare moments... Wow, this is just like Ring Racers! In vanishingly rare moments, forgetting to look at the way that it's made, you know? Oh shit.
Zone 5 clear.
Parking Garage Rally Circuit is more immersive than The Last of Us. I just don't play a lot of narrative games either. Like, given the time that I have to sit down with a controller, I just feel myself drawn in other directions. Not that I don't want to fucking rebuy Screamer and figure out what the fuck is going on with the cars that can resurrect people.
B-class.
Because that's like, as soon as they acknowledge that as like, hey, isn't that kind of fucked up, rather than it just being purely a fucking game mechanic device, I immediately became more interested in whatever they had to say. I appreciate when we take the world building seriously within the world. So how do you guys like the Video Drugs? Fucking HD and Fury Zone modes are like, oh, it's fucking so sleek and spacey. And this is like, fucking whatever, man. We're gonna pick some complementary or contrasting colors, and then we're gonna turn the bloom up to 800. God, this must look great in HDR. Fuck, I do have to hook this up to a TV at some point.
Zone 15 clear.
I find myself increasingly becoming an annoying elitist about
A-class.
game presentation in like a technical sense.
Perfect lap.
Not like the art design or the actual assets, but like the way those assets are presented to me. Stuff like, please fucking God, please have a good full screen mode. Please do something normal when I run you on an ultra wide. You don't have to stretch to 21:9. It's fine, I'm not a gamer. You just have to, like, not literally aspect incorrect stretch the whole screen. Pillar boxing with nice art is like A+. You get extra credit for that. Nobody should have to support arbitrary aspect ratios. It's cruel and unusual. It's like anybody who has played a game at 120 FPS has probably immediately understood, like, oh, all of the things being equal, if games presented like this instead of at 60, my play experience would just fucking be better all the time. But at the same time, I go like, oh, I'm only hitting 75 FPS. My expectation is that my hardware should hit 120. And I feel like I've earned the nerd emojis, you know? Not least of which because the game that I work on is completely graphically fucked. It is. There's some stuff being worked on internally to improve performance in that way, but man, software rendered 3D is not real. Please use good tools when working on your games. Please use good tools and don't make fan games. Respect yourself a little bit more than that. The ultra-wide thing gets me because, like, my idea of ultra-wide support is, like, game is at a correct aspect and touching at least 2 edges of my monitor out of the 4. And then I get people who are playing story-based games, like, yeah, man, the game looks fine in gameplay, but all the cutscenes are in 16:9. I just really wish developers would fully support ultra-wide instead of taking these shitty half measures. And it's like, do you fucking know what cinematography is? Please. Color contrast, by the way. You guys like this? Road is readable primarily via fucking indirect lighting.
Zone 35 clear.
Honestly, what the fuck is going on with this game's art design that this is still playable? Like, look at this shit. Oh, it is Hot Dog Stand, you're right. Shit. Yeah, wow, now with the track chase camera, instead of the camera bolted to the rear of the vehicle, you can see the crazy swings when I try to, like, counter air brake to straighten out. Like that, look at that, right?
Mach 1.
Man, is Mach 1 not Elite Pass? What the fuck?
Zone 40 clear.
Oh. Okay. We're regaining color contrast. I actually have no idea whether XP gets you anything in this campaign.
Mach 1.1.
Like, it's being tracked, but I don't know what it does. Is it just number? I'm like okay with just number. I might even prefer just number, but I'd like to know. Uh-oh. Whew. It's getting spicy. Just bashing my craft repeatedly into the same wall with the air brakes.
Mach 1.2.
It's not at zone 50? Elite Pass is at 60, Jesus.
Zone 50. Clear.
This is like campaign 2. Uh-oh. Okay, sure, we'll go through here. I don't know if I can do it, dude. This is starting to feel very dubious. I think I'm dead. I'll have to fucking work on that one. Woo. Ah!
Zone vent complete.
Damn. Close though.
Pass.
That was fun. You have reached a rank of 9. So I guess that's XP. Yet to get the rank 50 for the final prototype. Yeah, the prototype ships do like really fucked up things, right? Rank 20 in the single player. Yeah, I mean fucking Piranha prototype, fucking 100 speed, dog shit everything else. That looks exciting. Numbers. AG Systems prototype at 100 handling, huh? No kidding.
AG system speed.
I think I got like 1 or 2 more events in me for today. It was pretty good to boot this up again, I gotta say. How does this look on stream, by the way, and like the sense of like the bitrate? Remembering to hold the accelerator. So I know these games can usually be kind of rough. I think Ring Racers might be the all-time winner of like fucking they beat out the all-timer. But it is perhaps the multi-year recipient of the JJ Squawkers Award for impossible to stream video game. Because of a combination of performance requirements and, like, completely unfiltered high contrast textures.
Cannon.
New lap record.
Looking amazing on Twitch, but there's much worse games for killing bitrate. Gotcha, gotcha. My dream for the way we can present Ring Racers out of the box is like perspective correct, software lighting, fucking correct sprite clipping,
Leech beam.
New map
Texture
record.
filtering.
Final lap.
Texture filtering is the big one, where I feel like a lot of course designs that we could get away with a lot easier in real, like, engines. Just, like,
Cannon.
software renderer is, like, a little bit imprecise about where it places vertexes,
Beam.
and unfiltered textures make it really hard to read transitions between similar colors at a distance. Why have I gotten so many fucking leech beams? Oh no.
Leech beam. Cannon.
The fuck did this guy come from? What the fuck?
Leech beam. Leech beam. Cannon.
Man, I want to run back.
Pass. Second place.
Yeah, the vertex and precision can be really bad up close. I do feel like it creates kind of a rough impression sometimes when you, like, roll up to Robotnik Coaster and you can see, like, lines resolving incorrectly as early as, like, the off-road trim in the first fucking area. The thing is, like, OpenGL is like 80% of the way there to being like an out-of-the-box shippable thing. But the artists fucking hate its sprite clipping behavior.
Leech beam.
It doesn't support sprite bright maps, which is really important because we use that for readability on almost every course. Arc arrows are bright mapped sprites that we use as our universal signage. So bad for those to not be displaying correctly, among other things.
Cannon.
Eidolon actually recently found a couple memory leaks, so when people talk about the GL memory leak problem, it's possible that that could be solved.
Leech beam. Leech beam.
Although, like, remember that we're now working on Ring Racers in an entirely, like, what do I personally want to do today basis. So, like, if I have my way, you guys are going to be getting clan tags next update because I was just motivated to work on that. Clan tags and clan team play.
Cannon.
Final lap.
Leech beam.
And, like, why did I decide to work on that instead of 55 other things? Because I fucking wanted to. Man.
Cannon. Leech beam.
Hardware 2 is a significant engineering effort. The goal is to be able to ship a performant perspective correct version of Ring Racers, and any means we achieve to that goal is, like, acceptable, IMO. And also, because everything is being worked on a what the fuck do I want to do today basis, nobody should expect shit. Because there's, like, exactly one person who, like, has the combination of, like, technical know-how and spiritual give a shit required.
Play.
Let's do one more. One lap race on Queen's Mall. Huh. Weapons off.
AG system speed.
I like a little vertex warbliness, but I'm also weird. I mean, if it were up to me, like, even if we had the perfect renderer, I would want to ship the game with a downscaler filter on by default. I want, like... You know the look that I use for my PS1 emulation? It's perspective correct, but, like, it's rendered at high resolution internally and then downscaled to fit the screen. So you get, like, AA, and geometry looks cleaner, but it still looks old.
Final lap.
Probably could have barrel rolled. Did I only get one lap to catch up? God damn, and there's no weapon pads, so I just gotta drive. Okay. Hey, at least all of my pursuers are pretty close, but like one lap! Woo! Simply be faster, yeah.
5th place.
Medal awarded. Fail! I like the unambiguity of that.
Final lap.
I feel like I'm not getting off the blocks very quickly, you know? Yeah, 3 seconds behind. Is this side path actually faster, I wonder? Yeesh! Okay, let's think outside the box on this one. How about how is the AG system speed? Okay, speed, firepower, handling, and health. All right, so this I don't get an unambiguous view of like a craft's fucking off the blocks acceleration. A lot of diversity here.
Oricom agility.
Yeah, there's probably routes that I'm missing. But I'm looking at like the 3-second gap I have at the very start and wondering if I can mitigate that at all and then just like drive clean to make it up.
Final lap.
That might have been worse. Okay, so that right path right off the bat. Hello there! How are you doing today, my good sir? Hi, issue? Or if there's an inside path I should be taking here. I'm getting rage baited. Okay, so 6 boosters here. I think that's an event pass, but let's give it another try.
Pass. 4th place.
There's no like difficulty slider here either, which I appreciate. You guys know I don't really fuck with like selectable difficulties because I would like the designer to have an opinion about what difficulty is like worth my attention. That feels like a lot of responsibility for me to decide on my own. I should stay main route here, I guess. Oh my god. I'm getting scraped. And the AI does know how to barrel roll, I heard it.
5th place.
Alright, so let's compare notes. Go back to my goat.
AG
In yellow because it's faster. Oh wait, I moved on by mistake. Oops.
AG AG system speed.
It says speed right in the name. That means it's fast, right? Obviously. I'm not totally sure that this path wasn't slow. Oh, God. That's not good. Hard to see in there. Maybe... Trackmania does this shit where it switches you into fucking first person for certain sections where it's impossible to see in chase cam. And I've been thinking about that. Oh, I saw something. There's another path through there. I missed my fucking rocket start, but I'll try it anyway. I bet I can barrel roll off that left path, and then, yeah, here. There's another split after that? Huh. Okay.
Final lap.
This heartbreaking fucking entrance. So many options. Cool. Yeah, dude, that fucking... I'm sure that's not the path you're intended to get to that fork from, but like that blind-ass left turn. That's fucking great, though. So now I know some stuff about Queen's Mall, I guess. One lap race on Subway. 210, 202. Let's try one time trial to round up the night. Yeah, man, it's a good game. If you don't happen to have a PS4, the PS3 Wipeout HD Fury also emulates pretty well. Or like any of the PSP games, TBH. I am a big Wipeout Fury enjoyer. I am also a big Wipeout Pure enjoyer. And you can get those games running like steady 60 on a physical PSP if you've got homebrew for it. The battery drain is a little higher, but like, you could do worse than that, right? There's a source port of 1, I think. Which is just a hilarious fucking idea to me. Oh, 2048 time trial doesn't have boost items. That's cool. I fucking like that. Bad exit though. Ugh. I wonder if that lower path is faster. This path looks really cool and it has boosters on it, so obviously it's fast. Nobody tell them about inside versus outside of course. Yeah, I really dig what I've seen so far of 2048 track design. The environment work is just super fun. Look at this. Definitely a more compact turn. 205? I bet I could cut it down to a 202. Let's give it a try. I hate how this track looks cooler than what the actual year of 2049 will be. The actual year 2049, and I'm lining up to get my fucking bread ration in Neo Brooklyn. Actually, real quick, can I can. But also, either my D-pad is fucked up or that menu is weirdly unresponsive. How did I miss all three of those pads? That's one of the things about Wipeout that is like... I do sort of wonder what the game would be like if there was a little bit less of an emphasis on hitting speed pads and a little bit more of an emphasis on like racing lines kind of taken as they are.
Perfect lap.
I don't know that it's necessarily a system that feels super well suited to the kind of fine handling that it feels like you need to consistently go after pads. But also, like, this too is entry line management, right? Wonder if I can stay attached there by pitching down.
Final lap.
Oh yeah, I haven't found any excuse to talk about this yet. I played Scott Pilgrim EX. It's pretty good. The ending is fucking not. But the rest of it is alright. Damn, that's the same time. Okay, let's try taking the inside path every lap and see if that changes at all. I definitely feel like Scott EX compared to the original beat 'em up is like way more forthcoming with letting you do cool shit because they don't fucking lock moves behind leveling up. Don't be like me. Do not save $150 convinced that there's gonna be some fucked up accessory that you can buy in Act 3. Because there is not. And the speed stat improves your frame data, not just your walk speed. So you probably want at least a little of that. Instead of watching your friends fucking pig out at every single store and getting yourself some bread and water soup for the 18th time while healing exclusively off of assists. I was on that scrimp and save shit and it was not worth it, man. Hard mode put up some pleasant resistance. I wonder if this is faster just because you can barrel roll. And then paths to the left and right that I fucking forgot about. Oh, I forgot again. Shit. I was so focused on lining up for the next corner that I forgot I was in the air. And I forgot I was in the air there as well. Well, I guess I'll still be able to compare notes, even if this doesn't come out. Did I barely make it?
Elite pass.
That is a buzzer beater. That is excellent. I think, by the way, fucking Scott EX was like actually worked on by fighting game people, because it has things like progressive corner pushback stacking that actually functions. Instead of just like Paul Robertson knowing what a Tatsu is. It was definitely a technically better experience. We still had some glitches in our 4-player playthrough. The worst of which was a key not being in the save data for all of the clients, but being there for the host. So they just fucking keyed open a door and went through it while it was still locked. And we're sitting there like, if I rejoin, is this gonna be fixed? But it's pretty good. I had a good time with it. Fucking playing Robot 01. Mechanical spoilers for the next 10 seconds. Mute if you don't want me to tell you how to break that game open like a fucking egg. I'll like wave at the screen when it's over. As far as I can tell, literally all actions are cancelable by your hop attack macro, jump plus light. Including, like, almost all recovery of every move. So, you know, just some information you can use to make anything link to anything, and to never get whiff punished ever again. All clear! Yeah, game is pretty good. A little bit shorter than I expected, but, like, there is a good amount to do. I don't know if the change from, like, structured stages to open world made it better for me. Definitely it means that it's, like, easier to backtrack to shops and stuff, but also it feels like the game kind of became structured around the backtracking. And it's like, it's got world level. The enemies, like, get harder as you go, and so, like, fucking fodder combat is always at least, like, interesting to engage with. Should I do one more? I shouldn't. I gotta put this down. Fucking plugging in the PS4 controller. For what it's worth, even with the mechanical insight that I provided, and all of us using it in our playthrough, like, 4-player hard mode was still, like, quite difficult after the midway point. We had more than a couple full party wipes. And also, I got an Anamanaguchi album with my video game. Yay! And they fucking killed it, of course. I do sort of feel like the structure of the game made, like, the way it had to be scored kind of weird, if that makes any sense. But it's still just, like, killers. Basically every single fucking track. Alright! That's enough racing game for me. Fucking thank you for the company. I'm having a good time. I'll probably stream this again. It's been good. Those Phantom events in the HD campaign might beat my ass for a bit. I wonder if I should plug this into a 1080p display. I wonder whether I'm getting display lag from 1440p monitor downscaling to 1080, because the PS4 will output 4K, or it will output 1080, but it will not output 1440 for reasons that I don't fucking understand. And I looked this up, and people were like, well, it's a really uncommon resolution, so you gotta understand that, like, not everybody is playing on their PlayStation with a monitor. And it's like, fucking computers do not have this problem, brother. Like, just say no. Don't imply that it's weird to want this. And yeah, the net play on Scott EX was way, way better than the original game on either 360 or in the re-release, because I played it on both. It's like the drop-in, drop-out is very, very good. It's super easy to get into somebody's game. Just remember, I think there is still a progression bug where if you haven't started a game on your end and saved once, then your cash and stats and stuff are not going to mirror back to your characters when you drop out of a session. So if you're going to play the game with friends in like 2 or 3 sessions, make sure you've like played up to the like first preview boss before you like join any games. Alright, get the hell out of here. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Good night. Race car takes flight and jumps a fence.